Hello world and welcome to what is, in my humble opinion, one of the all-time great RTS games ever made, The Settlers 3. Now, this is a classic and a real blast from the past. It first came out in November 1998. It's like a million years ago or something like that for those of you that don't remember it. More recently I came across it on grandoldgames.com. I'll put a link to that on the description, but you know what it's like when you come across those classic games. You just gotta play them. I mean, I lost hours of my life to this game, hours that would have probably been better spent doing homework, but hey, needs must. Anyway, what we're going to do today is we're just going to play a quick scenario, nothing long and drawn out like a campaign. I wouldn't want to bore you like that, unless you all ask for it. Play a decent sized map. Let's make it a bit of a challenge. We don't want it to be too easy, do we? Few opponents. 5 opponents. That'd be the 6th team. Seems like a nice round number. Yeah? No, it's really not, is it? No. Moving swiftly on. Now, we can choose which race we want to play. We can be the Romans, we can be the Egyptians, the Asians, or the Amazons. Never had the Amazons in the original version that I played, so I'm guessing that came in a later expansion pack. I always was a fan of playing the Romans. Each race has its own unique resource requirements, and they're a nice, well-balanced people. Yeah, so that's what they were well known for. So, a bit of space. I won't patronise you by walking you through all of the game mechanics. Like any RTS game, you've got your basic resources that let you develop anything. Build buildings, build units. In this instance it is wood and stone. And what I'm building now is a stone cutter, a couple of wood cutters and a sawmill, and of course I'm going to need a forester to replenish this stock. You'll see my little settlers getting to work building the things I tell them to build. It's always nice to have an army working for you. Speaking of armies, there's mine. 8 soldiers, plus 1 already in the little guard tower there. So you start with a few basic resources. Well, there's your lumber, and your stone, and a few sets of tools. Now, not really many tools there, so I'm going to run out of them fairly quickly. So my main priority is to get into a position where I can make more tools. Because, you know, in any strategy game, your key is always the economy that you build. And, you know, this is an old game with a pretty simplistic economy behind it, but nonetheless, still a pivotal part. As with the shovels taking their time. One thing worth mentioning, you noticed as I was building them, there's all these different coloured dots. Green is good. Red, or even a red around a nice white circle, is bad, because it takes even longer to build. Closer to being the big white circle with the red around it, the longer it'll take these little fellas to finish levelling the land. So clearly that wasn't the best place for a woodcutter to be built. Distinct advantage to building on flat land. Priority to you. Priority and priority there. So once they're built, I won't have to worry about using up all of this. A bit of desert for me. That would have been better if that had been grass. Yeah, because I can't build on desert. But, you know, you'll see later I'll get some priests to take care of that. How do priests fix desert, I hear you ask? Well, hell, power of prayer. I don't know how well that works. There you go, builders getting to work on it. Fellas, like, don't you just wish that they were that efficient in real life? Wait, and there we go. One of our settlers will go pick up an axe. This little fella down here. Yep, and he's going to start cutting down trees for us. Hopefully when this is finished someone will grab a saw and then we'll be sorted for wood. What we really need though is the stone cutter as well. I'm sure once these guys have finished their shoveling. Do you know what it is you are shoveling? Oh, one can but hope. Now, if I had any settlers spare, what I would contemplate doing is making a spy. Yep, he's spare. Spies are a great way of finding out where everyone else is, because if I can't find my opponents, it'll be an issue when they suddenly come out of the darkness and attack me. Not really what we're hoping for. Good. The coast is good, and oh, a couple of graves. Rest in peace, whoever you are. Right, spy. Let's have you wander off. This will give me access to important things like fish, as you just saw one leaping there. Water's good, because I'll need that to make bread. Foodstuffs are important when it comes to mining, and mining is important when it comes to making tools and weapons. I'm going to need a lot of weapons if I've got 5 opponents to take on. Doubt an army of 8 men is going to cut it. Especially when they've only got 29% fighting strength outside my borders. Definitely be having them step up. Actually, if I put the add the bowman to the guard tower, he'll go in there and he'll be able to snipe at them from a distance. I did make this a fairly sizable map, so hopefully I've got a fair bit of my own room to start off with. Recruit a geologist and have him start investigating here, because at some point I'm going to need coal and I'm going to need iron. Gold as well. Gold will bring up the fighting strength of my troops, but iron and coal are basically used in the making of just about everything else that I'm going to need. There we go, builder's getting to work on the sawmill. Oh, and already he's found gold. There's several kinds of mine I can build. I can build a gold mine, I can build an iron ore mine, and I can build a coal mine. And they each thrive, or work best I should say, on their own unique food. Gold mines prefer fish, which is why this little body of water is going to end up being important. The coal miners seem to like bread. I can relate to them on that matter. Big fan myself. And the iron ore miners like to chow down like to chow down on ham. Now, who can blame them? Unless you're a vegetarian, then I imagine you do blame them. Can we get in there? This might not take as long to build, because I'm fairly sure it was on a comparatively level surface. Wow. That fella's certainly been busy. 5 trees felled already. Maybe a better spot for... Yes, that's even better than that. You can sod off. We'll have you planting trees as soon as they get you built. It's a great thing about this game. The trees are a renewable resource, as in real life. Sadly, stone, not so much. I'm not really big on recycling in this game either. Well, it seems I'm set for gold. Gold has been found. Yeah, I've noticed. Thank you. Coal has been found. Well, let's see if there's any more coal here. Looks like my spies reached the coast as well. Send them up this way. Let me know if you see anyone. You better. Okay. Geologist. Find resources. Bet you there's more coal. Bet you. No, that's iron. Okay. Glad I didn't place anybody on that one. Good. A bit of comparatively open land. What we like to see. I don't know, has been found. Yep. Good to know. There we go. Sorted for wood. Stonecutter almost complete as well. splendid. That's that dealt with. Foresters getting there. It's always good to build your forests as close as you can to your woodcutters. Otherwise, because, I mean, the little guy that lives in here, he will go nuts with trees. And unless you want all your land completely filled with them, you need to make sure he's within easy reach of the woodcutters. They'll keep him under control. Prolific little fella that he is. Oh, we're definitely getting there. Moving on to this one. Come on. Start digging. There we go. 1%. Oh, they're off. Right. I do believe... Yep, should have enough stuff there to finish off that building. Now, as you can see, the various different jobs that crop up. Woodcutter, builder, muck shoveler, whatever his name is, and digger, that's the word I'm looking for. All uses up your settlers. So at some point I'm going to need to replenish their number. Yeah, as you can see, there are no free settlers, which means there's nobody planting trees, so I'm going to run out of wood if I'm not careful. So, where you get around that, build a residence. See what I mean about the circle? This is going to take a lot of digging, especially with the exclamation mark in there. However, not really a lot else of use I can put in there, so a residence would be fine, especially as I need the settlers. I'll get into it. Which, yeah, it's going to take 5 bits of wood, 5 planks. Well, I've got 8 in total, so that's that sorted. Spy working his way up there. Doesn't look like he's found anyone yet. Got a nice little mountain range though. Yep. Walk through the snow, mate, you get cold feet. Okay. Hope I didn't make this map too big and too sparsely populated to ever find an opponent. Well, that would be unfortunate. Okay, geologist, back this way. What I need is more coal. Ooh, found gems. Now, as a Roman, that I am, you know, gems aren't really of much use. They're more an Egyptian thing. They have the same effect as gold. Basically, they just increase the strength of your army when it's fighting outside its borders. Now, I'm no soldier. Don't know if you are, you might be. Does the amount of gold in your pocket improve your fighting strength abroad? Oh, crap, there goes my spy. Yeah, well, found some Asian people. I'm going dark, they killed him. Not very nice fellas, come on. You know that they don't like tourists. Woodcutter cannot find any trees, well that's tragic. For the time being, extend his range down to here and he'll be able to cut down these ones. That'll clear a bit of land for us. It'll give us a chance for... Oh yeah, it really is taking them a long time to build that residence. As soon as that residence is built, little people will start popping out of it. Because that's how house building works. And I'll have people to populate these. Yes, I know. My spy was under attack. He didn't live long. Tragic. Not a lot there. Bit more space. Now if I could spare the settlers, I'd have 5 or 6 of these little fellas exploring this entire range, because you can never, ever have too much coal. You know, I'm definitely a fan of the adage, better to have too much than too little. However, as I have too few settlers to spare, I can't risk turning my carriers into people of other professions, because then I'll have no one to move my resources around, and then I will be royally stuffed. And, you know, whilst there are people out there who would no doubt find that amusing, doubt that'd bode well for the video. Yeah. Let's just see what else we can build. I mean, we're going to need, not a lot, we're going to need a grain farm to well, grow grain, you know, clues in the name. I was hoping for a bit more than just one. Because grain goes on to feed the pig farm and the grain mill, which goes to the slaughterhouse and the bakery respectively, and they produce the foods that my mines are going to need. Unfortunately, I'm going to need to expand before I can do that. Might get something up here. I'm going to need water for the bakery and the pigs anyway. Yeah, no free settlers. I'm acutely aware of that. What I should have done is have my spy explore this, see which is the best way for me to expand my territory. Oh well, we can do that as soon as the residence is built. Doing a good job there, fellas. Keep digging. Just keep digging, just keep digging. Not quite what Dory said, but you know it'll do. Couple of the minutes, just a waiting game. As soon as they're done, these guys had better be running over there sharpish. Counting on you fellas. Almost run out of trees. You see, I really need this desert to be grassland, but that'd be one of the last things I fix. What have we found? Way coal. Can never, ever, 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 ever have too much coal. You'll hear me saying that over and over and over again. Can never, ever, 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 ever have too much coal. One of those resources that is used in the making of everything. So the iron smelter needs it, the gold smelter needs it, the toolsmith needs it, the weaponsmith needs it, everybody needs it. Empires are built on coal. So the world found out to its detriment, but moving swiftly on. Stonecutter's doing his job well. That Romans actually had hard hats, but you know, I'm no history expert. Come on, fellas. You can do it. What I love about this game is the way the frame goes up and then the wall of the building goes up around it. But even by today's standards, this isn't actually all that bad a game. I mean, AI is probably a bit more rudimentary than what you're accustomed to these days, but in terms of graphics and gameplay, you know, this game could hold its own against most modern titles, I reckon. Could do with a higher resolution, you know, as you no doubt noticed watching this. I mean, 800 by 600, that sort of range. Can't remember exactly what it's set up as. Not exactly pushing the limits in terms of graphics, but a cute toony little effect. It's really held its own over the years. I mean, 1998, that's almost 20 years ago. That's, what, 17 years ago? Bloody hell. And there we go. Should see a couple of them vanish off to... Oh no. It must have been nearer, but yeah. There must have been my carriers that were over this way, as you can see. He's planting trees already. That'll work out well in the long run. Said I was going to recruit a spy. Have him explore the land. Ooh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So there's trees in the way, which will be a problem for a farm, but I can cut those down easily enough. It's all this that I need, because that there... perfect for grain. And lots of stone as well. Right, now the way you expand your land, I'll build it there, it won't take us long that way. Build a guard tower, and as soon as a soldier ends up in that guard tower, my land will expand in this direction. I think what I'll do first is I'll start cutting down these trees. No, I'm going to need that axe, because the slaughterhouse will need an axe. The thing with the mines is, you can allocate all the different foods to them, But the coal mine works best on bread, and so on and so forth, meat and fish respectively for iron and coal, gold, sorry, not coal. You can go mad with fish and give it to everyone, but they're just not as effective. Go on, you've set off, you may as well keep going. I won't send you off to your doom like I did your friend. These settlers might not last long, but at least it's a start. Okay, I'm also going to need to expand in the direction of water. Now, there's no rivers. A few rivers there. I think it's just going to be easier to go this way. Now, the other way I can expand land is if I take these fellas and turn them all into pioneers. And you'll claim it over here for me. It's a good way of expanding without wasting land on a building. Buildings do take up space. Ideal spot for my guard tower would be here, but obviously not enough room. I don't want to interfere too much with this, so I'll have these fellas claim this bit of land here, build a guard tower somewhere on there. It has the same effect in the long run. As long as I can get some water. Oh, there we go. Now then, yeah. Need to leave room at the bottom of the farm for them to plant grain. I mean, that'd take less time to build, but I'm not going to have a lot of space. I'll have that one. And I need to clear that, really. I could build one there. It'd take forever to dig out, but once it's built, it's got a bit of room. What have you found? Yes, nice spot for an iron ore mine. No trees. Cool. Can this guy go that far? Yes, he can. Wow. Well then. Also waiting for these trees to grow. We'll have him go off and start clearing that off. Oh yeah. Need to get these guys working. It's trouble you can't select them like that outside of your land. Start claiming. The more that you can get me, the better, fellas. So, you know, feel free to go nuts. Gold mine, gold mine. Still want more coal. A little bit there, a little bit there. Room for improvement. I do usually like to keep in mind the supply chain when I'm making buildings. So if I've got a line of farms here, it makes sense to have your mill nearby, just so your settlers aren't walking miles and miles to deliver stuff. Just keeps things simple. But with the trees in the way in the desert, that might have to take a back seat to actually having the things in the first place. See, that'll be... once he's cut that down. Yeah. Let's see. I was thinking, if there's space there, I'll put me... Oh, I'm going to put my waterworks there, but if he's planting trees, that's just going to get in the way. So, put that there. Okay, fellas, that'll do for now. Once the guard tower's built, get their priority. Once the guard tower's built, I'll have all this to play with. I'll be able to build a fisherman's hut, so I get the fish for gold mine. There we are, back to carriers. And I'll also hopefully have the room for my waterworks. There we go. Giving him something to do at least. Enough room here for a... No? Nope. Maybe. We'll see about that at a later point. The trouble is, with every guard tower I built, my army decreases in size by 1. Which means if I do get attacked, less of a mobile force to swing to my defence. I'll have 5. 4 swordsmen and 1 spearsman. Just moving that man over, that fella, that little dude, little mate with a sword, all the way over here. So when that's built, he won't have to. I won't have to wait. I'll have it straight away. And I can start planning around it. Definitely good to get some fishing going around here. If you look every now and then, a fish will jump out of the water. Signing your own death warrant, mate. Stone cutter's still going strong. I'm gonna get one over here as well. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely going to be something I want to exploit. And my spies made it. Wow. Okay, you can wander up there. There was a holler if you bump into anyone. Don't wait until you're nearly dying, alright? Nothing worse than a dead spy. Just ask Bond. I'm taking their time on. Oh, there they are. Heading over that way. A long walk, isn't it? That's what I'm all about. 1, 2, 3. I only have 3. Oh no, there's another one. There's another one. I apparently decided it only takes 3 of them. Well. Bet my builders are over there somewhere. Yep, they're there. Could really do with a few more tools, you know. Last hammer, last axe. So that's my last hammer. I'm going to have to make sure that my toolsmith is made before my weaponsmith. So I'll get that built and out of the way. Oh, see, all that open space in the desert's not giving me much to work with. Oh well. I'll put it down here. Just want to get that built and out of the way so then I don't accidentally allocate that hammer to someone. So I use that last hammer and I have no toolsmith, I can't make any more tools. That's me up the creek without a paddle. Our tower's coming along nicely. You guys finished digging? So I mean about the forester going nuts. I was barren a minute or two ago. Tell you what, mate, you come and start cutting these down before it gets out of hand. That can wait. I can find resources. As you can see, I mean, all the settlers that poured out of this residence have gone off and started doing bigger and better things. Oh. There we go. That's one thing I always found strangely pleasing, the way they walk and end up leaving a path. In Settlers 2 you had to actually allocate the paths, and you could have no more than a couple of settlers walking along the same route at a time, whereas in this one, I liked it because it was just a bit more free roaming in terms of the little people. Yeah, they'd find their own way there, through the most direct route, and the most used paths would end up looking like that. You could always see where the most heavy traffic in your territory was heading to and from. There's been a lot of cross-walking traffic here. What have we found? Cool, not a lot, but better than nothing. And there we go. Oh, let's see, is that built? Yes. Oh, that's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's a pain to build on, but... Can I get that in there? Yep. That guy will start collecting water for me. That'll come in handy for me bread. Let's get another farm there, because 2 or 3 farms are always a good thing. Plenty of grain. And I said I like to create a sort of efficient supply chain, but I don't really have the space to be efficient at the minute. Do I have any sides? The farmers are all going to need sides if I don't have one of them. Oh no, someone's picked up the hammer. Somebody picked up the hammer. It's one of you guys. Hopefully, I can't remember. I think you're miners and there might be a smithy of some sort. Wow. Get that built. I'll set some tools so when I'm ready I don't have to worry about setting a priority. Wow, you guys soon forget about that, don't you? A couple more geologists. Oh, that's a pioneer. Geologist, please. There we go. Guess that guy didn't want to be a geologist, he wanted to be a pioneer. Wanted to go into the annals of history as the man that found all the shit I ended up wasting. Oh, did you walk through? Wow. How did you get through there safely? It must be like the fringe of their territory, I can tell you. Oh, credit to you. How are you, James? And resources, oh dear. Need a scythe. Okay, so we have no scythes. So, no farmers. That is the scythe, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. A few of them built. Now, I can't do anything with that. This guy isn't going to be able to build anything until I start smelting iron. So, tools have I got? Hoping somewhere there's a fishing rod. There's a pickaxe. Slight difference. So it might be a case of I have to fish. I have to use fish to power my mines to begin with. This is going to be a decent spot if that's the closest I can build a fishery to the water. Your priority. Yep, I know. Good spots all round. Okay, and if you can take the land so my fishermen can actually... 30 minutes of play. Time flies when you're having fun. I swear down one of these days I'm going to finish the sentence. Yeah, definitely a good spot. You're done good, fellas. You're done good. Go back to your day jobs. Oops. There we go. More urgent need of carriers at the minute. Yeah, that's priority. That isn't. Stop digging. Go over there. Definitely need to think about another stone cutter. How's he gonna farm? Move it. Oops, didn't mean to do that. If I move it that way a little bit. The guard tower there might not interfere a whole lot with it. Actually, no. No. I'll do it the smart way. Might be an idiot when you can be a genius. Well, that didn't show. It was just the sound of my phone making the audio go. Well, maybe not quite like that, but you get the point. Wow, he made it all the way up there without getting assaulted. How do you make it to that corner, James? See how you do. Right. Okay, fellas, down here. Claim that. Just make enough room for me to build a little stone cutter just in there. Go on, you know you wanna. Must be room there. I mean, how much space we got? Come on, lads. So if you're wondering why I'm moving him like this, it's because wherever they are at the time, when I click take land, that becomes the centre of the circle that they put their little, whatever these things are. They put the little dots for the boundary. They work in a circle around that point. How can there not be enough room? Oh, can I have a whole... There's a fair guard tower in there, good grief. What is going on? What about here then? Must be room. Can you not fit that tiny little building in there? God, my architects are useless. Oh, come on, don't. Need a fishing rod. So we've not even got a fishing rod. So I'm going to struggle to feed my miners. Right then. I'm going to play it that way. Let's get our mines set up. Some iron ore there. Don't want a gold mine just yet, but have some coal. Definitely your priorities. Forget about this stuff. And then iron smelter. Put him there. Yeah, that was kind of why I put one there. This would be a good spot for a coal mine. Eee. And iron ore as well. Wow, that's fascinating. Oh, see the little flag on the building means it's occupied, and the little guy with the funny leather hat's gone, so he must have been a smith. Wasn't that urgent need of the hammer after all? Yes, I know I need a scythe. Oh, come on fellas, calm down. Now I can get one in there, but that's going to be more pressing. That'll do. See how pale that? See how pale? How vibrant, I should say. That little green dot was. That means that won't take long to build at all. So, unfortunately, though, I'm running low on soldiers. With him gone, that leaves me at 4. Does 4 soldiers still count as an army? I'm convinced. You guys tell me. Yes, yes, a scythe is needed for there as well. What I really need is more stone. He's not doing too well on that. Mind you, had all just been taken for those things. I've one pickaxe left. I can build a stone cutter just about anywhere around here. Clear up a bit of land as well. Put him there for now, but leave him as a low priority. Once I got my hands into all this, it'll become less of a pressing issue. We need more settlers as well, because not a lot of carriers left, are there? All around here. I suppose a coal mine isn't, strictly speaking, a priority, because what I could always do is build a charcoal maker, so you'd just start. Basically, you'd have an infinite supply then, because you start turning all these planks of wood into charcoal. It takes 5 or 6 per thing of charcoal, so it's a hugely inefficient waste of wood, especially this early on in the game where building resources are your absolute necessity. But then if I was stuck for coal, that'd be a doable thing. I'll be honest, I don't think I've ever found a mountain range where there wasn't coal. Trust me, I've got a lot of hours put into this game, I can tell you. I'm going to paint myself as an expert in all things settlers, but definitely a veteran of a few wars in Settlers 3. That just needs one more bit of stone. This little dude just can't keep up though. Why would you walk all the way over there for that when there's stone just here? Hard stopping your brain from working, fella. Oh, there we go. Some coal. Actually, no, stop. If they take all the coal there's going to be none for the iron smelter, and I need the iron smelter to make a, well, an ingot of iron, really. Get that down to this fella. Get a scythe made. Hold back on the size, fishing rod would be more important. And I will set the fish to be delivered to all of them. I mean, I've got no gold mines, so it's Like I say, it's less than peak efficiency. Because I got no gold mines who need the fish, it's better than nothing. So whilst these mines will chuck out a little bit, yeah, perfect, a little bit now. 10%, 50%, those numbers will stay fairly low as long as I'm not feeding them. They'll only get worse to the point where they're going to a halt. Almost done with that. That's the last bit of stone he'll need. Yes, I know. Need a fishing rod. Well, we're going to work on that in a minute. One builder. Where are all the other builders? Oh, there they are. Oh, that needs stone. Well, see, our lack of stone is becoming an issue. Bread makes a coal miner work faster, and fish makes a gold miner work faster. I wonder what makes a stone cutter work faster. Simpsons episodes? Yeah, that's some of you got that reference. It's going back a ways, so I'm not going to bet all of you have. Waste time digging that if you like. I suppose that's fully dug out. So. Prioritise that. Wait. Here's the outline of a basic iron smelter. This is the framework that's gone up, and it's going to end up looking like this. Not exactly a professional finish on that roof, is it? Good grief. Sure, you guys know what you're doing. Looks like the strongest of wind would tear that down. Yes, I know, I need tools for something. Problem's about to be fixed, don't you worry. Hey, there we go. Did the flag go up as it got occupied? Did I have an iron smelter? Awesome. That iron ore and that coal going to him. Can reopen this fella. And he will make me a fishing rod, and then I'll have fish, and I can feed my mines, and they will make me more stuff. And stuff is definitely what we need. Wow, James, you made it all the way. Shall we see if we can get you home? I mean, I know there's an enemy around this point. But if you're careful and you run quick enough, see how fast you can run. There we go. This iron ingot. Looks heavy. Sure you can handle that on your own? I sure hope so. You see me toolsmith make a fishing rod. I never knew fishing rods were made out of iron, even the string. The line, I should say. It's too much Minecraft, that is, the string. String in a fishing rod. There we go. Stoked his fire, getting his iron. Strike whilst the iron is hot. Yeah. Heated it up, fondling it under his arm. That must burn. He was a braver man than I. And what's he built? A fishing rod. There you go. Now that guy's going to start catching fish for me, which is kind of him, really. Oh no. Wasn't them we wanted, was it? It was scythes. You get making the proper food quicker. Well, sooner rather than later, I should say. Let's just hope he's good at his job. Hey, there we go, first time he got a fish. Well done, that man. And someone will come down and take that up to one of my mines, hopefully. Make you guys a bit more enthused about your job. I need another residence as well. Ooh, but first... Oh yes, perfect. Perfection. A couple of these. Put those on high priority, because you can never ever have too much stone. I know I keep saying it, but you can never have too many resources. Oh, Careful, mate. Go around. Go around, not through. Because I'm willing to bet around some of these towers. I mean, that's where they started, because it's got the tools around it. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's where their army was, around there and there. For some reason the AI always bunches it around the base of guard towers. Which makes sense if you've got your guard tower fully stocked with archers, because then they can snipe off anything safely from a distance. By the time they reach your actual army, yeah, well, here they come. By the time they reach your actual army, it's a bit easier to fight them. Go on, keep walking, don't stop now. So I know where they are. Where's everyone else? Oh, well. Yeah, I need a scythe, I know. I need a scythe. A spot for a coal mine. A woodcutter cannot find any rocks. Well, what are them? Okay then. Now those are in his territory, he'll go start collecting them. I mean, I'm going to need them. Yeah, doing well for fish. Put that on highest priority then. Let's lower the priority for these now we've got started. So he's going to try dividing the resources between all of those, and, well, that one's almost built, so it makes sense to finish that one first. Oh, excuse me, yawning. Not that I find this boring. Oh. No shortage of wood, that's for sure. My settlers got wood. Calm down, people, calm down. Yeah, a bit of fish. Can the fish convince an iron miner to work harder? Yes, it can. Look at that, straight away. He likes his ham, but I guess any meat will do. Finished, geologist. Go search elsewhere. Oh, actually, since this range is now part of our territory, let's get all three of you over there. See if we've got anything interesting over here. Oh, what? Yes, I know. Stop telling me. I get the idea. I need scythes. Well, you're going to get them shortly. There we are. There's one thing I liked about this game is you can also change the priority of in which goods are carried, which becomes useful later on. You know, if you need to amass an army quickly and you've got all the weapons that are just not being carried to the barracks where you can recruit people, just knock these up there and everyone will just go grab them. Fun times for everyone. Yeah, just for those moments when the bloodlust takes over. Awesome. That woodcutter's finished and he's going to deal with that for me. Will be our next priority. Both just waiting on 3 stone each. Irony, well, certain irony to a stone cutter waiting on stone. Need a couple more pickaxes, I think, for them, though. That's the one. I'll get there eventually. Yep, there we go, farmer. All we did was make him a scythe. Apparently that was free. We'll go start growing crops there. I'll have grain to play with. What more could a fellow want? Oh, yeah. As soon as they're done, you can build me a couple of pickaxes. Oh, he needs coal. One coal miner. See what I mean? You can never have too much coal. Build another coal mine down here. Admittedly, that fish isn't going to stretch far, but I've at least got one farmer doing his job. There we go. Spreading his seed, so to speak. Don't want to watch what that fella does in a field. Whew. Right. Find resources. Nothing there. The technical term in geology is sod all. Yeah, that's not true. Coal. More of that the merrier, mate. Yeah, looks like all the coal ended up there. That was one problem with this game, was if you ran out of resources they couldn't go collect it from other buildings and take it onto the ones that actually needed it. Once it's at a building, that's it, it's there. The only thing you can really do about it is knock the building down, and that's a huge waste of resources. I just noticed my spy got back. Got into that corner through all the unexplored land. Did a little bit of R&R, James. Off you go again. Probably a Bond girl around here somewhere. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yep, I know that needs a scythe. And when that one's built, that's going to need a scythe. Everyone needs scythes. Hey, you're going to tell me that I need a pickaxe? Yep. I ain't going to get a pickaxe until this fella gets some coal. So you have to ask yourself, right, if I keep clicking on highest priority for everything, how can everything be the highest priority? Well, I don't know. Probably has no effect if I do it for everything, although that hasn't, which is why it's been completely ignored. Because I have no scythe, that's inconsequential anyway. The dude's got 2 stone, he's got some stone. Not doing too badly for stone. Come on, some coal, there we go. Next big step I think is going to be another residence, because it looks like my settlers are getting fairly spread out. Not very many over this side. I mean, I can turn them into pioneers and walk them back across. You know, that's not really an issue. But the point is, it takes time for them to get there. Time wasted if they've already been here. That's what I mean about efficiency. It's why it's good to have everything feeding into specific points. Oh god, James, no, don't go in there. Oh, I found the yellows, more Romans. If you keep walking through there, mate, you're going to die. I don't think anyone wants that. Intrepid Adventures of James need to go on until I found where everyone is. They've already been building temples. You're building their large guard tower. That you can fit 6 archers in, so that's really, really good way of dealing with encroaching enemies. Oh. Yeah, you better run. The reason I'm not coming back is because he's unarmed. Look at the size of this desert. I think the Egyptians were the only ones that could actually build on desert. But for the Romans, I mean, the priests in this game can cast various spells, and one of them lets you turn desert into grassland. And I mean, look how much open space you'd have for building if that wasn't there. Oh, orange people? What is it? Oh, it's them again. What race were they? Gee, it's been that long. I don't recognise the buildings. Are they Amazons? That would certainly explain why I don't recognise it if it's someone I've never played. Oh no, I think they're Asian. Are they? No, no, that's an Amazonian, isn't it? He's a she. Yep, he's a she and she's got breasts. Okay, run away, James. They won't like you here. I imagine this is your idea of heaven. Flee! Run for your life before she catches you. That'd be the next Bond movie, James Bond fleeing the Amazonian women. Wow. A bit of stuff there. And look, it's got coal. Did they make the pickaxe? Yep, they made the pickaxe. I think the priority when you having tools built is the order in which they fall in the list. Although I ordered the 2 sides sooner, it'll make the pickaxes first. Well, tell me about the fish not stretching very far. Not ideal. I really need to get some farmers going. I need to get some farmers going, he says, so he builds a blooming woodcutter. If I clear these... One of them. Either of those occupied? I run out of settlers. Oh no. You guys, isn't it? There we go. Is there any stone within his cutting range? A little bit. A little bit. I think I'll need that. Oh, no, I'll need that. Don't think I'll need the pickaxe though. Reason I'm building an axe, even though I've already got one here, is because I'll need another one at least when I finally get around to building a slaughterhouse. Toolsmith's going for it. Yep. Hey, there we go. If I destroy that, he should hopefully... Yep, he'll head across and occupy one of these ones over here. Which is nice. Hey, look, his efficiency's up to 20%. This is finding something. Yep, need a pickaxe. Need a pickaxe? Oh. A stone coat go be a miner? Oh no. No, I already made a pickaxe, didn't I? That's why that's... Don't mind me, I'm just going nuts. Yep, still need scythes. That would be a nice spot for a coal mine. Yes, it would. Not as nice as over here, or here, or here, but I guess up here is fine. Wow. Forest is going to go mad. I mean, these are all full of resources, so they're not going to be cutting anything down now, so this will end up being a nice little forest. The previous incarnation of settlers, that'd be great. That used to mean you'd get interesting things that your huntsman could hunt down. Not quite so brutal these days, because, well, we do farming instead, don't we, in Settlers 3? We've got water and... Yeah, that'd be a good place for that. That actually gets growing. Excuse me. And the slaughterhouse... Nowhere really to build that between there and the mine. Nowhere to build it between there and there. Oh, good grief. Yeah, tell you what. Scratch that. That there's going to be a better spot for... Yeah. See, just so much better for windmill. Windmill there and bakery there. That'll work out well for my coal mines. Now, this is a less pressing issue. I can build another waterworks here. Got grain farm there. Pig farm can go here, at the bottom of that. And then the slaughterhouse. Makes sense to put it there. I'm technically getting further away from the mine. Well, not by much, but you know. Still a better option than having them cart the stuff from over here all the way across the map and then back up again. Here it'll work in more or less a line. You get water from there, you get grain from there, there, and there. You see how that'll be much more efficient? Did say I needed to build another residence, didn't I? Because I'm low on settlers. That's going to take forever to dig, but it'd be worth it because the number of settlers that come out of a large residence. It's a lot of resources to use up. As I say, you get so much out of it. Do that and call it progress. Oh, well. As long as it's just a geologist, he's actually doing us a favour. He searches all of this, because I can build on any of those. Go help him out, see what's in the gap between him and us. See, James made it back in one piece. Go down here, James. Explore the immediate vicinity. A nice safe task to do for once. No risking your life today, matey. Probably need to speed things up on actually getting weapons built as well, but... Enemies are a fair way away, so I don't foresee them coming over that hill. If they do, I will regret saying that, of course. You see, lots of room there. Should have explored nearby first. Yeah, I know. I don't mind. Keep that on a low priority, but at least it's going to get built. Running low on stone, apparently. Game has not been saved for 60 minutes. Well, I've been playing for an hour, so I guess that's as good a place to leave it as any. Come back to this next time. See you later. Click.